So for a couple weeks now, we've been talking about heaven and the life after this one. And one of the really important rules or principles that we keep on coming back to is that in the life after this one, everything around us is based on what we love. And in fact, being in heaven in the first place is based on what we love. That's how you get to heaven, by loving heavenly things. You don't get to heaven by doing good deeds and making sure that people see them. Don't get to heaven by saying magic words. You get to heaven by having heavenly loves. And so, give me some examples of some kinds of things that angels in heaven would love. Yeah? They do love doing good deeds, but for who? People around them, that's right. Yep. What else? Okay, sorry. Does anybody else have an idea of a kind of thing that an angel would love? All kinds of things. Yeah, Rosalie? Singing about the Lord? Yep. What else? Loving the Lord? Absolutely. Yes, Cedric. Helping people be good? Definitely. Anybody else want to share? These are all pretty good answers. Yeah, Rio. Doing useful things for others, is that what you said? Yep. Mila? Being a good person in your heart, did I hear you right? Yep. Yes, Henry. Sharing, is that what you said? Yes, absolutely. You guys have a pretty good idea of what you need to love to be an angel. And of course, the same thing is true about hell. The hell around you is based on what you love. So, what do the evil spirits in hell, or who do the evil spirits in hell love most of all? Yep. Well, they don't love other devils, right? They don't love other people, but the people they love most of all are devils. Who are they? Yeah? Say that louder. Not people on earth? Is that what you said? They like people who aren't so good or not so religious, but again, not other people. Yeah, Michaela. Themselves. That's right. They love themselves more than anybody else. That's what hell is. So, the way it works in the next life is that what you love is what you get. What you love is what's around you. And if you love good things, if you love all the things that you guys said, you love the Lord and you love helping people, then you get good, loving things around you. And if you love yourself more than anything else, well, that's not such a nice love, is it? If you love yourself more than anything else, what's around you isn't so nice. And because of this, because this is the way it works in the next life, things that can feel unfair in this world get fixed in the other world. Because in this world, the good people aren't always the ones who have the nicest stuff, right? Can you tell who the good people are because they're the ones who are driving the really expensive cars? Is that how it works? It's not how it works. Good people sometimes have really hard lives, and sometimes really nasty people seem to have great lives and great stuff. It can feel unfair. But in the next life, everything is fair because what you love is what you get. There's a story in the Lord's Word where he talks about this. I'm going to read that story to you now. This is from the book of Luke, chapter 16. He tells a story. He says, "There was a certain rich man who was clothed in purple and fine linen and fared sumptuously every day." That means he ate fancy feasts, delicious food every day. "And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, full of sores, who was laid at his gate, desiring to be fed with the crumbs that fell from the rich man's table. Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores. So there's this rich man with his fancy food. And then outside this rich man's gate, there's a beggar. And it says he's lying there. It's like he's so weak and hungry he can't even stand up. And it said that he would have eaten crumbs that fell on the floor off of the rich man's table, but doesn't sound like anybody gave him anything. So if that rich man is eating feasts while right at his gate there's this beggar who's starving, is the rich man a nice person? Doesn't sound like he's a very nice person. And the way the story goes, both of them eventually die. And it says the beggar died and was carried by the angels to Abraham's bosom. And the rich man also died and was buried. So the beggar says he went to Abraham's bosom, and that means he went to heaven. He went to where the angels would hold him. So it sounds like he was a good person. And he had a really hard life. He was a beggar. He was full of sores. People didn't give him food. He had a really hard life. But he must have chosen to love other people and to love the Lord, because now he gets to go to heaven where the angels take care of him. That rich man, he didn't make those same choices. And so it says that the rich man was in torments in Hades, and being in torments, he lifted up his eyes and saw Abraham afar off and Lazarus in his bosom. And he cried out and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus that he may dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame. But Abraham said, Son, remember that in your lifetime you received your good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things. But now he is comforted and you are tormented. And besides all this, between us and you there is a great gulf fixed, so that those who want to pass from here to you cannot, nor can those from there pass to us. So the rich man died, and it said he was in Hades, which means hell. And it said that he was tormented with fire, or burned with fire. And that's something that a lot of people think about hell. That hell is a place where you go and you get burned with fire. But let me ask you this. Does anybody love getting burned with fire so much that they want to do that forever? What do you think? No. People don't love getting burned with fire, so why would the Lord make people get burned with fire forever? That's not what hell actually is. What do you think, Amanda? These are people who were bad on earth, but they were bad because they loved themselves more than anybody else. And that fire, the best way to think of that fire is that it's a symbol for selfish love, because selfish love is hot, it's fiery. And so when you go to hell, the love that's all around you, or the thing that's all around you, is selfish love, which is hot and fiery. And that's why hell is a nasty place, because it's full of selfish people. But the rich man in this story, he says, oh, I want some of what that poor man has. I want some of the cool water that Lazarus has, even though I'm here in hell. And the answer he gets is that that's not how it works. You can't have hellish things and heavenly things at the same time. You can't love yourself more than anybody else and also have good things at the same time. And that can be a hard lesson to learn, because don't we sometimes want both of those things at the same time? Don't we sometimes say, I want other people to love me and to respect me and to share with me and to let me go first, but I'm going to get whatever I want, and I'm going to make other people put me first, and I'm going to make other people respect me. It's like wanting to have selfish love and heavenly love at the same time. We can't do that. And that's what we're here in this world to figure out. Which of those things do we really want? Which of those things are we really going to put first? Ourself or all of those other good loves that you talked about before? loving the Lord, loving our neighbor, loving to learn about the Word and about heaven, loving to serve other people in useful ways? Are those the things that we're going to love? Or are we going to put ourselves first? We get to choose. That's our job here in this life, to choose what we love. And in the next life, what we love will be all around us.